The Hunter Biden email scandal has been confirmed. The Biden campaign is freaking out about it. And let's talk about why Trump is likely to win re-election. Before we get started with the news, if you're watching this video, I want to ask you to please go hit that subscribe button on my homepage, like this video, and share it with your friends. My analytics page tells me that 75% of my viewers are not subscribed. So, what are you waiting for? It takes 2 seconds to go to the homepage and subscribe. I don't have a marketing team or a big fancy studio, so all my video traffic comes from you, my viewers. So if you like my content, would like to see more of it, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you never miss a video, and share this video with your friends. And if everyone who watched this video shared it one time, I would be bigger than Joe Rogan by the end of the week. All right, now on to the news. The juicy news. So the Biden campaign has called a lid until Thursday. So a lid, for those of you who don't know, a lid is when the campaign just shuts off all communication. So Biden will not be communicating with the press. He won't be doing any sort of press conferences or campaign trail, any sort of stuff. Until Thursday, he is unreachable. Joe Biden will not be making public campaign appearances until Thursday night, when he will have his final debate against President Donald Trump. Joe Biden is mostly about a debate prep. CBS correspondent Ed O'Keefe said on Face the Nation. He will not be seen again until after today, until Thursday night in Nashville at that next debate. The former vice president has taken heat for avoiding public events and the media since the coronavirus pandemic began. And his campaign has made a regular practice of calling a lid to limit press access. O'Keefe reported that Biden will be using this time to prepare for the upcoming debate, while his running mate, Senator Kamala Harris, has canceled her in-person events after members of her team contracted the coronavirus. The final debate this coming Thursday will be held at Belmont University in Nashville, Tennessee. NBC's Kristen Welker will be moderating. There you got it. There you have it. The Biden campaign, or Joe Biden, isn't going to be talking to anyone until Thursday because reasons. So I think the Biden campaign is in kind of a rough spot. They're in a kind of a rough spot because it's sort of a darned if you do, darned if you don't. Right? If he's taking heat for just sitting in the basement all day long, or in this case all week long. Right? He's taking heat for sitting in the basement. But then on the other hand, if he comes out and starts talking, he'll face heat because every time he does, he flubs. He says something absolutely ridiculous. And so I think they're kind of making a strategic mistake here. The best thing they can do right now is to have Biden come out and speak minimally. Right? But I think this such extreme lid is being called because of the Hunter Biden email scandal. So we'll hop over to this Fox News story. Ratcliffe says Hunter Biden laptop emails not part of some Russian disinformation campaign. There is no intelligence that supports that. Director of National Intelligence, Ratcliffe says. So there was this story that came out that Adam Schiff started talking about how the Hunter Biden emails and the laptop were some part of Russian disinformation. It's like, okay, first of all, why would you believe Adam Schiff about anything, who pushed the Russiagate story for 2 years, right? Every other day claiming, oh, there's something about to break. There's news about to break, which never did, and it turned out to be big nothing burger. So all that aside, when did the Democrats become opponents of Russian disinformation? Because that's what the Russiagate story was based in, Russian disinformation. Director of National Intelligence John Ratcliffe on Monday said that Hunter Biden's laptop is, quote, not part of some Russian disinformation campaign, amid claims from House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff suggesting otherwise. Ratcliffe, during an exclusive interview with Fox Business's Mornings with Maria, was asked about the allegations from Schiff, Democratic from California, who over the weekend said that the Hunter Biden emails suggested Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden had knowledge of and was allegedly involved in his son's foreign business dealings. Let's see. Ratcliffe said, "It's funny that some of the people who complain the most about intelligence being politicized are the ones politicizing the intelligence." Fact check true. Unfortunately, it is Adam Schiff who said the intelligence community believes the Hunter Biden laptop and emails are part of Russian disinformation campaign. He added, "Let me be clear. The intelligence community doesn't believe that because there is no intelligence that supports that. And we have shared no intelligence with Adam Schiff or any members of Congress." Ratcliffe went on to say, "It is simply not true." So, once again, Adam Schiff spewing out lies, as per the usual, to make the Republicans look bad and make the Democrats look better. Ugh. Hunter Biden's laptop is not part of some Russian disinformation campaign, Ratcliffe said, adding again that this is not part of some Russian disinformation campaign. So it's like, how many times can you say it, my man? It's not part of some Russian disinformation campaign. It's not. Anyone who tells you otherwise, they don't know what they're talking about. Ratcliffe's comments come after Schiff over the weekend described the emails as being part of a smear campaign coming from the Kremlin, amid claims the revelations are part of a Russian disinformation campaign. Good night. It's not. It's not. So don't buy the lies from Schiff. And the thing is, the Biden campaign hasn't denied any of this. So I think the best thing they can do right now, is get out and say, yes, this is what happened. I'm sorry. And they get it over with. Rip off that Band-Aid. But instead, they're calling a lid for the entire week. And they are just letting it just stew and fester. Okay? 2 weeks before the presidential election. 2 weeks. This is going to change quite a few minds. And I think the Biden campaign is aware of this. The Biden campaign warns against complacency in memo. Donald Trump can still win this. Fox News obtained a memo from the Biden campaign cautioning about rosy polls. The Biden campaign sent out a 3-page memo to supporters Saturday night warning that President Trump can still win the race is neck and neck, and in certain critical battleground states, including Arizona and North Carolina. Jen O'Malley Dillon, Joe Biden's campaign manager, cautioned supporters against complacency, pointing to uncertain polls and lessons learned from Trump's upset win in 2016. The reality is that this race is far closer than some of the punditry we're seeing on Twitter and TV would suggest, Dillon wrote in the memo obtained by Fox News. Dillon cautioned that polling showing Biden ahead may not be accurate. Even the best polling can be wrong, and that variables like turnout mean that in a number of critical swing states, we are fundamentally tied, Dillon wrote. The message to supporters was to press on the gas of the final stretch to drive up turnout and donations. We need to campaign like we are trailing, the memo said. If we learned anything from 2016, it's that we cannot underestimate Donald Trump or his ability to claw his way back to contention in the final days of a campaign through whatever smears or underhanded tactics he has at his disposal, Dillon wrote. I can only imagine she's referring to this Hunter Biden email scandal, which has now confirmed that Joe Biden was using his son Hunter, while vice president, as a mediator between businesses all over the globe to rake in the cash, to rake it in. This, if he were in the private sector, would have been fine. But because he was vice president, highly, highly illegal. Dillon's State of the Race memo outlined what's positive in the Biden campaign in the final days of the election, including Biden's financial advantage of nearly 3,500 staff working to organize in battleground states and the largest, best-resourced vote protection program in history. She said while Biden's campaign has spent more than any presidential campaign in history on advertising, the advantages could be instantly wiped away if more billionaires write checks to pro-Trump super PACs. This was likely a reference to casino magnate and Republican mega donor Sheldon Adelson and his wife Miriam contributing $75 million last month to a super PAC backing Trump. So this is crazy. The Biden campaign is running scared. They are terrified that this Hunter Biden story is going to change the election. October surprise, here we go, baby. But here's the thing. It might not actually change anything. It might just be Trump was always ahead. I know that's a pretty common sentiment held amongst the Republicans. Let's look at this Real Clear Politics polling average from 2016. In Arizona, Trump was expected to win by 4 points. He won by 3.5. Okay, Clinton was expected to win by 2.9. She won by 4.9. In Colorado, right? Florida, Trump's expected to win by 0.2. He won by a full point. Right? In Georgia, he's expected to win by 4.8. He won by 5.1. Iowa, expected to win it by 3 points. He won it by 9.5. Okay? Maine, Clinton won by 4.5. Or she was expected to win by 4.5. She actually won it by 2.9. Right? Michigan, Clinton was expected to win by 3.5 points. Trump won it by 0.3. Okay? Nevada, Trump was expected to win by 0.8. Clinton won by 2.4. Okay? In almost every single state, in almost every single battleground state, except for the heavy Democrat ones, like New Mexico, all that sort of stuff, Donald Trump overperformed by a point, by anywhere from 1 point to 5 points. And so when we see things like on this Target early 2020 about early voting, we shouldn't really be surprised that the Democrats are underperforming in early voting. But we are. Why? So amongst battleground states, Democrats are only up by 4.5 points. And this, while shouldn't be shocking, it is incredibly shocking because we look at how many people are likely to vote in by mail. Roughly 2 in 5 Americans plan to vote in person on election day. Okay, 57% of respondents are Republicans. 25% of respondents are Democrats. Okay, 1/4 of respondents that are Democrats said they're going to vote in person on election day. Right? However, you have less Republicans that are going to vote by mail than you do Democrats that are going to vote in person. You have more. You have 52% of respondents saying that they're going to vote by mail that are Democrat. So you get 3/4 of respondents that are 3/4 of the Democrats that are going to vote by mail. So if we extrapolate this out to the rest of the nation, Democrats should be a whole heck of a lot further ahead, especially in states like Ohio. Okay, Donald Trump is winning Ohio by 1.2 points. Donald Trump's winning Ohio by 1.2 points. So why is this happening? Well, I think the answer is pretty easy. But first, we'll get to this. Percent of registered voters who say they would prefer to vote by mail in November, 58% are Democrats and 19% are Republicans. Expect voting in November will be personally easy. Okay, less than 40% of Biden supporters say yes. Almost 2/3 of Trump voters say that it will be easy. Okay, so here's the thing. Democrats are turning out in droves to vote for Joe Biden. And so what we're looking at is a blue mirage. We've heard a lot about a red mirage in which it looks like that Trump's going to win the landslide, and then over the next couple of weeks, votes are going to come piling in, and boom, Joe Biden victory. I think it's going to be the opposite. I think we're going to see a blue mirage early on, and then once the votes start pouring in, Trump's going to win in a landslide. Right? As I said, Trump's winning in Ohio. Right? Joe Biden is scared that they're going to lose Wisconsin and Virginia. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, more evidence that Donald Trump is going to win re-election. More than 1 million people could lose their vote on November 3rd, and that's the best case scenario. Right? In a normal election year, any given state, hundreds or even thousands of absentee ballots get tossed for everything from late postmarks to open envelopes. North Carolina rejected 546 ballots for missing witness signatures in the 2012 presidential race. Virginia tossed 216 ballots in the 2018 midterms because they arrived in an unofficial envelope. Arizona discarded 1,500 ballots for non-matching signatures in the same year. The 2020 presidential election will not be normal. Absentee ballots rejections this November are projected, goodness gracious, to reach historic levels, risking widespread disenfranchisement of minority voters and the credibility of election results, a USA Today, Columbia Journalism investigation, and PBS series Frontline investigation found. Oh, here we go. We're already jumping to the system's racist. We're already jumping to the system is racist. This is ridiculous. No. You can't set the ground to mail in votes and then be surprised when it doesn't go your way. We warned about this. Republican voters and independent voters both said this is a bad idea, and the Democrats pushed it anyway. At least 1 million absentee ballots could be tossed if half the nation votes by mail. Discarded votes jump to 1.5 million if 75% of the country votes absentee. In the latter scenario, more than 185,000 votes could be lost in Florida, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, states considered to be key to capturing the White House. Florida, Georgia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota. All important states. All important states. So, how does this mean Donald Trump wins? So I've gone ahead and taken this, set up this map to represent likely votes. What's going to go where? Went ahead and sent all of Nebraska to Trump and all of Maine to Biden. Although I think it's likely that Trump will win one district from Maine and Nebraska will win one district from Nebraska. I go ahead and switch them just for simplicity's sake. So here's what's going to happen. Trump's going to win Florida. He's going to. I've got family that lives in Florida. Everyone now in Florida thinks Trump's going to win Florida. Trump's going to win Georgia. Okay? I think Biden might win Arizona. Trump's going to win Ohio. It's going to happen. Okay? Biden's not doing too hot in North Carolina. I think Trump wins North Carolina. So that leaves, as I said a couple weeks ago, the four most important states in this election: Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. What's going to happen? Well, for that, we need to go back, look at these Real Clear Politics averages. So Pennsylvania, Trump versus Clinton. Clinton was expected to win by nearly 2 points. Trump won by 2/3 of a point, or 3/4 of a point. Does that mean he'll win this round? Not likely. The polling in Pennsylvania is actually really, really close. Okay? Trump is only down by less than 2 points in Pennsylvania. I think Trump's going to win Pennsylvania. A week ago, wouldn't have said that. I think Trump's going to win Pennsylvania. And boom, he's already set to win the election with nearly 2 votes. I think Wisconsin's going to go blue. I think Michigan's going to go red. I think Minnesota's going to go red. I think Trump's going to win with nearly 300 electoral college votes. Calling it now. I think we might even see New Hampshire go red. I think Arizona could still go red. All of these other states are guaranteed for Trump. Trump's going to win re-election. But don't let that make you complacent. If you want your candidate to win, go and vote for them. Because if you don't, the other candidate will win. I don't care who you're voting for. Trump, Joe Biden, Joe Jorgensen, whoever's running for Green Party. I don't know. I don't really care. Vote for whoever you want to vote for. Make sure your candidate wins. Bring your aunts, bring your sisters, bring your cousins and your dad, whatever. Go just get out and vote. Guarantee that whoever you want to win actually wins. Because without you, your candidate loses. Thanks for watching. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you would please go hit that like and subscribe button. Share this video with your friends to help grow my channel. Help me keep producing the information that you want to see. I'll see you guys here tomorrow.